Pharaoh up in the houses. James Cash, what it do? What it do? We early, we early, we early. Get on up in there, man. What is regular black people? Excuse me. Come on, man. This is an open topic. This is an open discussion, man. Y'all get on up in here and give it to me, man. I need some opinions on this, man. So y'all give me these opinions, man. Get on up in here, man. Been up in here. We got 3 people in. 3 people in and 3 likes. Get on up in here, man. Get on up in here. Don't run from it. Run to it. This OG Bam. I'm tired. Me and my partner just talked for 30 minutes on the phone debating this. I need to know what people are saying. I want their opinion on what's going on. So y'all come on with it, man. Come on with it. You see the topic? This is an open discussion. Ask the question. What's up, Solo? What it do? What it do? What it do? What is regular black folks? What is regular black folks? Somebody, reason this is a topic, somebody dropped this in a comment. And I want to know, what is a regular black folks? What is regular black folks, man? What is regular black folks? I'm confused. I don't know. So please let me know. I'm confused. LA boy up in the house. Y'all let me know. Come on with it, man. Come on with it, man. Watch this. Basically, it's this. Ain't no such thing. We're all black. Say it again, James Cat. Well, anyway, I was looking at this comment when I was at work. And this brother was saying, regular black folks, they call the police when they're in danger. Right? Gang members bullies the regular black folks and African Americans. Like, that's the only victims they go out to victimize is regular black people. Right? But that's left open for interpretation. It's in my opinion, it's a different form of opinion. But basically, this is what I'm saying, man. Regular black folks. Let me show you the difference between a regular. If they saying a regular dude, basically what dude is saying, regular people that ain't affiliated. Regular black folks is not affiliated with the street code or alliance with gangs. I believe it's somebody in each family on earth that's affiliated in something, whether it's a gang or in the life, right? We are one black race. We just play different roles. Say it again, Solo. That's what I was just trying to explain to my partner. But now listen what I'm telling you. So I believe, and I was telling my partner this, right? I'm my best friend. I'm saying this, right? If regular people that's not in the gang, it's okay for them to snitch. And they regular. So when a gang member starts snitching, do we become a regular nigga then? You understand what I'm saying? Because watch this, man. If I'm in a bank, right? I'm cashing my paycheck. I'm in the bank. And somebody come in there to rob the bank. They're not robbing me. They're not robbing the customers. They're robbing the bank. I believe whoever tell on the bank robbers is snitching. That ain't my business. I'm not finna say who robbing the bank. That ain't my place. Hey, you know what? Watch this. Hey, story time. That's what my boy just said. Law-abiding people, though. Now, I can agree with that. Now, watch this. Law-abiding people also know their positions that they play. Now, me and my partner was just discussing this. Have any of y'all ever had parents, homeboys, that had strict parents? Or if your parent was real strict and you wasn't no gang member, you didn't do nothing when you was coming up in the streets. Coming up doing middle school, from junior high on up. You never broke the law, you never did nothing, but a lot of your friends did. And your parents were strict. And every time something happened, the strict father came out with his gun. Right? Now, that's a law-abiding citizen. He ain't in the game. Was he wrong for banishing his arm like, hey, get off my motherfucking yard doing this? Because the reason I'm saying this is, I believe black folks put ourselves we put ourselves in categories. So I don't believe in I'm an African American. I'm a black folks. I'm a regular black folks. Regardless of what I used to be, regardless of me going to prison, I'm still black. I'm still black. And I'm going to stand up for blackness. What I'm saying is this. Why do we have to put ourselves in categories like other people put us in? Don't you know when you put yourself in categories, you're dividing us? That's what I want people to grasp. See, if it's a regular nigga, a nigga in the game, you can't separate the two. Because everybody in the family member everybody family got at least one member that's in the game. We ain't talking about being a gang member. We talking about being in part of the streets. So I know a lot of people that was part of the streets that turned square. You understand what I'm saying? A regular black person is a civilian, don't gangbang, is not a criminal or got no rep in the streets. He's a working man or a businessman. He's a civilian. He's a family man. Watch this, man. So being that that's what you're saying, Mike, so is it okay for that civilian, that person you describing, to call the police on people and tell on people? Is that what you believe in? It's okay for them to tell on people? Because I'm finna throw something at you that I threw at my best friend. I want you to catch it. Now watch this, man. Say it's a gang member, and he got a square-ass girl, got kids by her, and somebody shoot up in that house. And the girl immediately grabbed the phone and she finna call 911 and call the police, and somebody shot up in my house. Do the gang member supposed to tell her, set that goddamn phone down, that I can handle this? Because now his kids was just at risk. Because watch this, I know a whole lot of civilians. I got a partner, right? Childhood friend of mine. Dude was in a spot. Some bloods came in there, robbed the spot and killed people and shot him all up. He wasn't in there serving. He was hustling, but he wasn't no gang member, right? Shot him all up. These bloods said he was a part of the crime when he wasn't. He ended up telling on these dudes, right? Hey, man, and you can look at that in two ways. He told on them or he told the truth about his involvement. Man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I don't even know them dudes. I was a victim. You didn't find no gun in there on me. The bullets in me come from they guns you got from them. Do I consider him to be a snitch? Because I look at that like he told, right? Although I still consider him a friend, right? That's what y'all describing what a regular nigga is. Stop putting ourselves in categories. He say house niggas. He said gang, this dude was saying in the comment, gang members press on house niggas. No, man, listen to me, man. I used to gang bang, and I had a lot of square friends that didn't gang bang at all, and them was my partners. I used to go over their house. Their mother didn't even know I gang bang, because I presented myself the way my parents taught me to be respectful to elders, to the adults, to the elders in the community. Stop. I'm not trying to put gang members on a pedestal. I'm just trying to tell you, stop putting black folks, we got to stop putting ourselves in categories, because that divide our race. And that's what the white man want us to do. That's what these other people want us to do. Civilians can't be snitches, really. See, story time, I don't believe that. So you got dudes that feel if they tell on the police, they ain't snitching. They're snitching to me. They're snitching to me. So you got dudes that say they come off the porch when they was 11 and 12. But they told when they was 13, and people try to say, oh, he was a kid, he didn't know no better. But he just told you he came off the porch when he was 11 or 12. So why he didn't know no better? You learned about telling as a child, as a baby. You better not tell a tale. You learn that in your house. You learn that in your house. And this is what I need people to understand. OG Bam, people on the outside base the image of these recent so-called gangsters, because the image of true gangsters from your era has been forgotten and faded, not taught enough. And watch this. And you're absolutely right, but at the same time, watch this, man. Let me share this with you. You know how many Panthers that wasn't gang members? You know how many Muslims that wasn't gang members? Back in the day. George Jackson wasn't a banker. Malcolm X wasn't a banker. He might have been in the life, but he wasn't a banker. You understand what I'm saying? Martin Luther King wasn't a banker, but he was an advocate for blackness. You understand what I'm saying? Everyone knows that, though. Everyone doesn't know that. All right, Peter Arnold, but listen to what I'm telling you. Black folks, we got to stop putting ourselves in categories. Either you black or you ain't black. See, when somebody tell me it's regular black folks, when I hear that, I take it like he's saying these are the people that try to shy away from blacks. They too ashamed. They're ashamed of being black. It ain't, see, I don't get caught up in that bougie shit. When people say, oh, he or she is bougie. You understand what I'm saying? They might say Magic Johnson bougie. But when Magic Johnson come in the ghetto, you couldn't tell he was bougie. Only reason you know, some people look at bougie because they got a certain amount of money now. All right. See, to me, regular black folks try to get out the ghetto. Ain't nothing wrong for me. Watch this, man. Don't get me twisted. I don't want nobody misconstrued what I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with moving away from a community that's fucked up and you don't want to raise your kids in that community. It took a whole lot for me to understand that. Because when I was coming up, I was born on the bottoms. My mother left the bottoms because they got a house built in Compton. You understand what I'm saying? My mother and father, 4-bedroom house built from the ground on up, right? So basically, they was getting this from a 2-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, right? Wasn't a better community, just different people. But the community was the same because gang environment infested LA. Let me share something, which I was just sharing this with my partner. I want y'all to understand something. Would you believe crack academic could be the major, crack academic in rap music is the major cause of gang violence? I'm gonna explain why. The parents in my era, a lot of them end up on drugs. They lost custody of the kids and the grandparents took custody of the kids. Too old to really watch the child. So that was left for the streets to raise them. Now the streets didn't manipulate them. It was what was in the streets that manipulated and twisted their thinking. They got on drugs just like their parents. They didn't want to get on crack, so they got on that go fast. They started drinking lean. They started popping pills. Drugs is what caused the gang violence to go up. And guess who the cause of the number one person that was flooding us with the drugs? White people, the CIA. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I want people to understand. Yeah, we got to point the finger at ourselves based on some of our problems in our community. But when a person's sitting up here saying it's a regular black person and it's not a regular black person, I don't agree with that. That's just bam. But this is an open topic. This is what's going to make this thing flow. We talking about it. I see the questions and I'm responding to them. At one point, wasn't that a goal, OG, to either uplift your hood or get it to where you can move your family out and up to a better living situation? Yes, it was. Well, I believe in that. Oh, watch this, man. Wherever I go in America, I'm going to go to the ghetto. I got that from my big homie Rich and Mo out of PJs. Because the ghetto is where all the money at. Whether people want to believe it or not, if it wasn't a whole lot of money in the ghetto, believe me, it wouldn't be nobody that ain't black owning no property in the ghetto. We got more people of other colors owning shit in the ghetto than we own in the ghetto. And it ain't because somebody lost it based on the crack academic. Jews and Italians who was in our community and Koreans. So when I was born on the bottoms, listen to me, it was more Korean stores, more Koreans owned stores on the east side than anybody in the 60s, man. In the 60s. You had Jews owning stores in the 70s in your community. Yeah, we had the black moms and pop stores. You understand what I'm saying? And people wasn't grasping the head, at least they wasn't grasping that. Now, basically what I'm saying is, you can't knock a black dude that gangbang or a sister that gangbang, and once they turned their life around and became black conscious, saying they wasn't regular. So I don't know about other gang members, man, but listen to me, man. I remember when I was a kid and I went on my first mission. 13 years old. Right? Shot my first pistol at somebody. I was 13 years old. I prayed all the way to the house, man, in that Monza I was in. I said, I sure hope didn't nobody get hit. But you should have heard me in the back seat shooting not even with a pistol, it was a 22 rifle. Shooting with the rifle, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, damn, I hope I get one. But while we rolling back, I'm smoking the joint. I'm like, man, I'm saying to myself, man, I hope don't nobody die. When I got dropped off at the house late on that day, I'm like, damn, man, I hope don't nobody die, because I don't want to go to jail at 13 for a hot one, let alone attempted hot one. You understand what I'm saying? But as I got older, the regular black civilians had a right to shy away from other blacks that's involved in criminal activity. You got to ask that person that, Mike, because I believe every square person knows somebody or affiliated with somebody that's in the gang. Because I got a lot of square friends that wasn't no gang members. They never sold dope. Worked all their life since they got out of school. They never said I couldn't be their friend because I didn't went to prison or I was a gang member. I was still able to be their friend. They didn't choose their friendship based on my gang activity. They didn't choose their friendship based on me going to prison. They didn't choose my friendship based on so I didn't walk the walk they walked in life. I chose my own path, and I accepted the consequences towards the path I chose to walk through. You understand what I'm saying? This is what they were. That was slosses. He's end up banging. Oh man, it come through generations. I was a gang banger because my father was a gang member. A lot of them be lying. A lot of them be lying. A lot of them be lying. They saying it's your family. How can your gang be your family if your gang is willing to take your life? Because ain't nobody in my family willing to take my life. And I'm not willing to take nobody's life in my family. Yeah, you can ask a question, G. Man, ask away, brother. Ask away. Ask away, man. This is an open topic, man. This is an open topic. Ask away, man. Ask away. Please ask away, man. Ask away, man. I want y'all to ask away. Ask away, man. Ask away. Do not run from this. Be a part of this. You understand what I'm saying? Be a part of it. That's what I want. Be a part of it. Be a part of it. I'm messing up on something. Hold on. But let's ask you a question, G Mac. How do you resolve the division that we got to all forget about? Hold up, Arnold. How do you feel about G-Face talk? How do you resolve the division? By coming together as one. We got to come together as one. Watch this. We got to stop believing what everybody else is saying about us and start doing what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. So we a lot of blacks, we try to live up to other people's standards of what we should be. We're not living up to the standards of what we should be for ourselves. We're trying to live up to everybody else's expectation. Now, in regards to this other question, the brother was asking me, what do I feel about G-Face talking about blacks on No Jumper? Hey man, some dudes know they can do that shit in front of certain people. Can't nobody come in front of me and talk about my people, because I ain't gonna talk about their people. And some people, I ain't even talking about Brick Baby, I'm talking about 600. He had a whole lot to say. I ain't saying you being disrespectful, G Mac. Don't take it like that, brother. You asking a question. 600 was sitting all cool, calm, and collected. Somebody sent that to me to watch at work, and I watched it. He had a whole lot to say about Cowboy, S-Bone, but he was letting this Armenian really disrespect us. Now, these was Crips, letting this dude talk about other Crips. Now, we ain't talking about what the other dude had to say, but listen to what I'm saying, man. Ain't nobody gonna ever sit in my face and tell me what they did to one of my homeboys, whether I'm a non-active gang member or not. You can't sit in front of me with Front Hood Killer tatted nowhere on your body, whether I'm a non-active gang member or not. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I don't sugarcoat who I am. I keep it 100 who I am. I'm a firm believer in my blackness. I'm into uplifting my people. I love being black. But you're not going to disrespect what I once represented and was willing to lose my wife for and willing to do life in the penitentiary for. I'm not letting you finna do that. I still love my homeboys, whether I'm non-active and they active or not. I still love Front Hood. I still love the Bottoms. I still got love for certain Pirus. I got love for certain Damus, certain Crips. You're not finna disrespect. Watch this. You can't disrespect certain essays I got love and respect for. I'm not finna do this. And that dude, not should have been checked. He should have, 600 should have told him, hey man, time out, man. That's what we ain't finna have. Because it can get ugly. It can get ugly. See, this where this division come in at. Oh, y'all, they felt as though because they wasn't talking about nobody from 60s that it was cool. No, you still talking about a black man. So it make it not cool. That make it worse that he was talking about a black man. You understand what I'm saying? It's a trip, man. Listen to me. That I hear all this disrespect come from other races on these talk shows, and brothers be sitting there. And LA brothers ain't the only one to accept that. Now they might have, I'm gonna defend them to a certain degree too, because they feel that dude wasn't talking about their homeboy personally. They thought it was cool. See, that's the difference between, watch this. That's the difference between a regular nigga and a house nigga. See, a regular nigga wouldn't have accepted that. I wouldn't have accepted that. I'd have been like, hey, Chief, time out, man. That's where we ain't finna go there. That's where we can both exchange shit like that, right? Ain't nobody gonna step in my face and tell me what they ever did to a nigga from Front Hood. Ain't nobody. Can't nobody come in my face with Front Hood Killer nowhere on their body or my hood whacked out. I'm gonna respond to that. And my response ain't gonna be in a violent way. I'm gonna be like, hey man, cover this shit up, put a shirt on. And if you got that shit on your forehead, hey homie, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about. If you think I'm lying, I have my homeboy Q-Ball come on my show and confirm this. I was in the penitentiary and I seen a Hispanic dude walk around with Barrio 132nd on his back. I said, Q-Ball, I know that ain't my hood. That ain't the hood. He said, yeah. I walked straight up to that ass. I said, homie, let me ask you something. Where you from? He said, Barrio 132nd. I said, where's that? He said, off Wimbledon. I said, ain't no barrios over there. That's Front Hood. We don't share our hood with nobody. He said, no, that's CV. And it ain't CV3 either. That's Front Hood right there. We don't share our hood with nobody. I'm set in my own way, right? But that ain't saying I'm a racist. That's saying I'm correcting somebody. And then the essay dude got to talking because he knew my family, my little nieces and nephews. Come to find he lived on that street. He even knew me. He said, man, I know who you is, Sherwood. And he did this. He said, no, man, this ain't I just say I live here, but this is how we get down. This is the new era. But no, there ain't no barrios over there. So understand all that. How old were you then? What you mean, Peter? When I told this essay this, I was in my 50s. Matter of fact, I was like 60 years old. About 60 years, about 59 to 60 years old. I told this man this. My thing is I don't tolerate no disrespect to Compton. That's my city, right? Hey, Trayvon Johnson. Hey, it was some questions you was asking, brother. I hope you don't come with these same weird questions you was throwing yesterday. But bottom line, everybody ain't playing. Don't get it twisted. Say it again. What I'm saying is we divide ourselves and we put ourselves in categories based on what society feel black's supposed to be. And what we don't do enough of is love and respect each other. Another brother should never belittle another brother that's willing to uplift his people. Said, what made me want this to be a topic is the brother said this is what regular folks do. Where's these regular folks at when it's time for us to want to have peace in the community? Because you got a lot of OGs like me that's coming home from the penitentiary And we're saying, hey man, enough is enough. We're tired of all this bullshit. Let's get it together. So where's these regular black folks at that's saying, yeah, man, I'm tired too. And we need to all come together. See, it's regular, like y'all say, it's regular black folks and it's people in the life black folks. Well, if the regular black folks and the people in the life come together, we can solve our problems in our community. We got to stop dividing ourselves, for the problem won't never be solved. Because we all know the cause of the problem. And the cause of the problem just don't stand because I'm a gang member or I'm a non-active gang member. It stands because I'm a black man. I'm still a black man, whether I'm a banger or I'm a non-active gang member, whether I sell dope or I don't sell dope. I'm still a black man. I'm still the cause of the problem in my community. Gang members is not the only ones that create drama in the black community. Jackers, taggers, dope dealers. You understand what I'm saying? We all play a role in the destruction in our community. So it ain't no such thing as a regular or irregular nigga. We're all black. We all got to come together for one major cause. And the one major cause is for each of us. That's what I'm saying. The regular black folks are scared and don't want no parts. Scared of what? Scared of being black? That's what I don't get. Is they scared of being black? All right, well, the regular folks shouldn't be running for politicians. Gangbangers should be politicians then. Because real gangsters go to the poll to try to change things. So just what I'm saying is, if we all come together for the common cause of one thing, that's this, black, won't we have a solution for our problems? We can't separate each other and don't want to come with a solution towards our problems, our community, because you move outside the community don't make you no better. That problem still exists. That problem still exists. That problem still exists. Yeah, the crack epidemic took a high toll on our community, but that problem still exists in our community, whether you move out the community or not. Sometimes you move out the community and move into a better environment, but a worse situation. Because the people who community you're moving in don't want you there because you're not their color. So before you try to move away, let's help fix it. Let's stop running away for something that's broken. Fix it before we run away. Because we all play a role in it. We can't watch this. Them same regular folks that say they ain't civilians, every time the police do something to a brother, guess who they holler need to take the stand? The bangers. The bangers. All right, well, let me share this with you. I knew the police was my enemies and didn't like me before I ever became a gang member. I knew they didn't like me based on the color of my skin, right? So if you want the gang member to stand to the plate, because I guess you feel we the misfits of the community, why a regular black man can't step to the plate at police brutality? Because watch this. They ain't tripping on me because I'm a Crip. They ain't tripping on that dude over there because he a blood. They ain't tripping on this dude because he's selling dope. They really tripping on him because he's black. So if every time the police do something fucked up in our communities, why is the regular black folks saying, hey, the gang members need to come together? What obligations do the regular black folks have towards bringing peace in our community and towards bringing a change in our community and make it better? Is they obligated at something? Because they owe some retribution too. So if you run away from it, you owe some retribution to it. You can't run away from being black, man. You can't run away from being black. You're going to go to sleep black, you're going to wake up black. So it ain't no such thing as an irregular or a regular black. Yeah, you got the gang members, you got the dope dealers, you got the jackers. You understand what I'm saying? See, watch this. I'm just calling a ball and strike a strike. Don't expect me to do something that you ain't willing to do. Because I used to be a banger. You want me to go step to the police because they choking brothers out? Well, this one banger that will help a brother. Watch this, man. My first assault on the police in the pen was behind an up north brother arguing with the police. I got on the police because he told me to keep it moving. I'm like, fuck you. Tried to put me on the wall and I took off on the police. And the same brother left me hanging. But I'm the one catching 34-month shoot behind that assault on staff. That didn't take away it didn't take away where he was from. It took away from him. I was willing to sacrifice my freedom to assist him, and he didn't give a fuck about me. Right? But what I'm saying is, whether you're a gang member or you ain't a gang member, whether you're in life, you ain't in the life. We're all obligated. We all owe some form of retribution to what's going on in our community because we all played a role to the plague in our community. We're part of the cancer. In some form, shape, or fashion, we affiliated ourselves. People in the game affiliate themselves with square people. Square people affiliate themselves with people in the game. How many dudes in the game you knew parents were square, but they've got a house off the dope money? They bought their mom and daddy house. What, the mom and daddy didn't supposed to accept the house? They ain't supposed to accept the new car the child was buying them? No. They accepted because why? Because they turned the eye to what their child was doing. They ain't called the police on them. They just turned the eye. And you didn't think they knew where this money came from? They son selling dope. They son selling dope. Tearing up families. Not just the community, but families. They turned the blind eye. Living in 5 and 6 bedroom houses, drive brand new 500s. Some got Bentleys now. Some got business off the crack academic that destroyed our community. And a lot of the square niggas, the non-civilian niggas, is the niggas that had the big sacks and gave them to the gang members. So who's to blame? The gang member or the regular nigga? See, it ain't no difference. We all black. That's what I'm trying to get people to see. We all black. Ain't no difference. So we all got to come together as one. So let's stop. Let's take that imaginary line away and all come together. It ain't like in elementary. You cross this line, I'm going to do something to you. You cross this line, you knock it off my shoulder. No, we don't do that no more. We got to take these boundaries away from each other and come together as one and uplift our community together. Because can't no one set of category of people do it. It ain't just on the non-active gang members, the dudes that say we don't get down no more to bring peace to the table. I need everybody to be a part of this peaceful solution I want in my community, man. I want everybody to be a part of it. Proud of you, Bam. Been getting them numbers, Mac heads on the check-in. Thank you, love my wife. Listen to me, man. I don't never want no brother or sister. I ain't gonna never belittle my people. I tell a person if he wrong. If you come at me with some bullshit, I'm gonna come at you with some real shit. What I'm telling you, we all owe retribution to our community. We're all obligated. And when I say we're all obligated, I'm talking about everybody that did something that wasn't right in the community. Especially in the people in my era. We left kids out here that's still trying to live the life that we created. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, let me share something with you, man. If you think I'm lying, ask a gang member between 36 to about 18 and ask him did his daddy or his mama say, you're going to be from the hood that I claim. And I guarantee you that child going to say no. And the only reason they end up being a gang member because their daddy either passed or their daddy wasn't in their life. Or their mother wasn't in their life. You got some parents out here, once they gave the grandparents the custody, they didn't want the kids to look at them like a friend or a big sister or a big brother. They don't respect them as the mother and the father because that wasn't who took care of them. They have more love and respect for the grandparents. But watch this, I got little homies that gang bang. But I don't believe none of them daddy ever asked them to be from front of it. I know other Crip dudes. I don't believe none of their kids ever asked them to be no Crip. I got Paru partners with kids. I don't believe none of them ever asked them to be this. I know a whole lot of females that was on drugs that got their life together. And their kids is living a wonderful, successful life. The kids I know, what was negative in their family, they don't want to be a part of that. They don't want to live that type of lifestyle. When you leave the streets to raise your kids, the streets gonna raise your kid. But if you don't allow the streets to raise your kids and allow you to be the parent to your child gonna have better choices in life. We all have choices. We got to learn how to take the right choices instead of taking chances with our life. God give you a life to manage, so each and every day you must manage your life. God already know what you're going to do. He give you the free will to think. He already know what you're going to do. He know for a fact you're going to go down the wrong way. But he don't put adversity in your life to make you weaker. He put adversity in your life to build you, to give you strength. And adversity ain't meant to bend. It meant to give you strength, not to break you down. And that's what people don't seem to get. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, as a black man, it ain't just on the gang member or the non-active gang member to want to have peace. It's for every black person in the black community to want peace, and the only option should be we come together and get what we want. See, the reason it ain't no peace, it ain't the gangs that's separating each other against each other. Black folks have separated ourselves away from each other. That's why it ain't no real peace. That's why it ain't no real peace. You got to understand one major point about gang banging. Every Crip got a blood in his family. Every blood got a Crip in his family. And the parents is brothers and sisters, cousins, uncles, and aunties. So they ain't bringing it all to the table saying, hold them up. We need to stop this. We family. Blood supposed to be thicker than mud. Now don't tell me the Crips and Bloods can't come together when it's family members that's from different cliques. But it ain't just on the OGs to bring it to the forefront. It's on every black man and black woman in the community to say, man, the only option is peace and enough is enough. We got to come together. We got to get away from separating ourselves from the bullshit and run to this real shit. And the real shit is we love our kids. We love our grandkids. We love our nieces. We love our nephews. We love our parents. We love our sisters. We love our brothers. We got to start honoring those that lost their life to the senseless shit that we done created in our community, and start honoring our past grandparents that raised us, that played significant roles in our life, honor our mothers and fathers. We're not honoring the ones that's resting in peace by allowing this continued violence to continue on in our community. We give other people things to talk about us. Everybody want to be us, but we don't know how to show them the best of us. Let's stop showing them the negative black and show them the positive black. That's what I'm talking about. And if can't nobody see that, that's on them. I didn't live the negative life, man. I'm tired of living. Man, y'all think I'm lying, man. I have fun with the life I live today. I love my life. I love the friends I got. I love being black. I just want people to stop hurting each other. And we gonna be cool like that. But it ain't on the gang member to bring the peace. It's on the whole black community to want this peace. I can't do this by myself, man. I can't do this. Man, y'all got me wanting to cry. Listen to me, man. I love being black. I love being black more than I love myself sometimes. But I'm telling you, it ain't just on the OGs, it ain't on the gangbangers that say they didn't turn their life around. It's on every able black person to say, man, enough is enough, and the only option is that we got to come together and love each other. Let's stop feeding into what these other people want us to feed in. Let's stop biting into the propaganda and the manipulation of wanting to harm each other and talk about each other. Okay, we got these dudes that's going to say this and say that about us. Them is the brothers we got to teach better, because it's obvious they don't know no better. And if you don't give them no options at learning, guess who's wrong? You are. If you don't give a person an option at trying to teach, at learning something different than what he already know, you at fault just as worse as he is. We got to step to the plate and do better than what we're doing, man. Listen to what I'm telling you, man. I'm getting emotional on this one. Yeah, I'm caught up in my feelings. You understand what I'm saying? Because I love being black, man. I'm tired of the bullshit that goes on in my community, but I'm telling you, OG Bam, OG Cutes, Gangsta, Melly Mel, Kev Mac, we can't do this by ourselves. We all need each other. We got to all, watch this, man. If all blacks come together, we'd have the best gumbo in America. We already got that ingredients. We know what to put in the pot to make this bomb-ass gumbo. It ain't on the old OG that came home from the pen. It ain't on the gang member that say he's a non-active gang member. It's on every able black person in the black community to come together and say enough is enough. Let's get it back right. There shouldn't be no other option but one love, and that's black love. Let's get away from what everybody else say about us and think about us. Because guess what? We give them that to think about us, that we don't love each other. We don't respect each other. You see, the man just asked me why these brothers sit up and let this Armenian dude say something about another brother. They don't know no better. They didn't know enough to say, hey, hold them up. Them dudes might not be from 6-0, but you can't sit up and tell me what you did. Because watch this. That's because they crippin' wasn't like my crippin'. You can't talk about no crip with me. You can't even talk about a Damu with me. And you a different color, man. Watch this, man. Let me share this with you, man. I'm a realist, man. I ain't gonna even let a blood talk ill of another blood in my presence. Especially if I know him. So, man, I don't want to hear that, man. That's your homeboy. Get at your homeboy yourself, but not on my platform. You understand what I'm saying? See, a lot of these brothers is confused and believe it's okay to allow anybody to talk about their race. Then you tongue-tied and don't say nothing about their race. You talk about my race, I'm gonna tell you, shut the fuck up, then I'm gonna get on your race. Simple as that. Now then when I do that, they call me a racist. I'm being called that now. I ain't trying to change topics, Willie, but I'm just keeping it 100. That's the example. Brothers need to learn how to start standing up for each other and stop bowing down to the enemy, because this ain't your personal homeboy. So what you got a problem with Bam? Do that give that person that ain't black the okay to talk about me in a negative way? Hell no. Hell no. Can't nobody that ain't black sit up and talk about another black man in my presence. Not in belittle him. Not in belittle him. I'm not going for that. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for it. I don't sell my soul. I don't prostitute this out. This ain't prostituted out. And I ain't got no pimp, and I sure ain't got no puppet master. I ain't on the plantation. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to tell you is this, man. And then we got to understand this when I'm finna drop this at y'all. Stop getting mad at No Jumper. Get mad at the people that's on No Jumper. Don't get mad at him. Get mad at the people on No Jumper. Why you want to be mad at the white boy? Oh, because he allowed them to say that on this show? Well, what else? What you expect? They saying it, not him. So when they elaborating on it, he get to say something too. And then they so bamboozled and hoodwinked and fooled and manipulated, they think it's okay. They just don't know no better. So it's on us to teach them better. The teachers can't get mad at the student if the teacher ain't trying to teach the student. The only time you can get mad at the student is when the student is refusing to learn. But he must be taught. We all got to play a role in making us better. We each one teach one. That's what's lost in the black community. We're not teaching each one. Iron sharpen iron. We got to teach each one. We got to uplift each other. Can't no one section lift this section up and say, fuck this section and bring that section down. No, we all got to come together as one. We got to start respecting each other, talking to each other, and not talking at each other. I don't care about these dudes getting on here saying, oh man, I don't like these dudes no more. Woo, 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 woo. Check this out, man. Every black man say he don't like another black man don't like his motherfucking self. Because whether you believe it or not, when you see yourself in the mirror, you're seeing black. You see another black man. When you're riding down the street, the police see you riding because you're black, you're being looked at. You always get fitted in like the man that did the robbery, and it ain't even you. We all looked alike to the eyes of the enemy. You understand what I'm saying? This is what people need to understand. We need to come together as one and stop putting these boundaries, these imaginary lines in between ourselves. We need to come together as one. We need to start respecting each other. What's going on in your ghetto is going on in my ghetto. Ain't no ghetto harder than the next ghetto. The same shit is going down, just high murders. That's the only thing, man. It's the same type of guns, it's the same type of drug problem, the same homeless problem, but it's only in our communities. It's only in our communities. But you don't hear him talking about that. You just hear him doing this. Oh, these LA cats, oh, they just accept anything from anybody. No, man, that ain't what we doing. When you don't know no better, you don't do no better. Bam sure is about schooling each other and enlightening each other. It's not about belittling each other, man. It's about keeping it 100 for the black community, uplifting these kids. For these kids won't make the mistakes that we're made in life. I'm not the only motherfucker finna be 63 that made some mistakes in my life. I know half of y'all in my audience, that, not half, all y'all that made at least 1 or 2 mistakes in your life. But in order to rectify your error, you got to redeem yourself. You got to make amends to the people you hurted. We the disappointed people, although we the disappointed ourselves. See, I'm tired of disappointing myself because I done disappointed and hurted my parents and my uncles and aunties and grandparents, cousins, sisters and brothers, nieces and nephews. I'm trying to live a different life today, man. I'm not stuck in nobody's presence. And I'm not locked up. On the streets, I'm not mentally locked up like some of these people is. Sam, if you taking willing point and tearing down another black man, say it again, man. It's time for us to start educating and lifting each other up. It ain't on the gang member, the non-active gang member to bring peace in the community. It's on every able black person in our community to say enough is enough. And the only option is that we come together as one. Let's come together as one, man. Why is we, watch this. Everybody else is afraid of black unity. But the only motherfuckers really afraid of it is us. Black folks is afraid of their own unity, man. They're afraid of their own unity. I'm gonna tell you why, because like that brother said in his comment to me, because them regular niggas that think they ain't black. See, a regular nigga think he ain't black. Them the ones don't want to see us all come together. People like Clarence Thomas. For example. You feel what I'm saying? Them is the people don't want to see us come together. You got a lot of billionaires that don't want to see black folks come together, black billionaires. Because then they ain't going to be our role models. The other reason other people don't want to see us come together, they ain't going to get rich off our culture. We going to get rich off our own culture because our culture is a rich culture. And we're allowing everybody else to profit off our culture except ourselves. All we want to do is seek and destroy one another. No, seek and uplift. Stop seeking to destroy your sister, destroy your brother. Seek to uplift your brother. Seek to put your brother in a better position than he is and put him on the same level of playing ground that you're on. See, if I'm on a hell of a playing field, I want to put another black man on that same playing field I'm on. If I'm being successful, I want to help him be successful. It ain't about hating on what a person got. It's about hating on the person that ain't opening the door for you. See, that's what it is. Watch this, man. You might can't get the check I get, but I can open the door for you can at least get a check. This is how we got to start thinking. You don't have to have Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan money, but at least they can open the doors and help us get some money. But if you're worthy to get that money, is you willing to go in there and do what you need to do, or do you want to be like the Kardashians, be born with a silver spoon in your mouth and don't give a fuck about it? So when you're born with them silver spoons in your mouth, you take that shit for granted. You don't take advantage, you take it for granted. Because you think it's gonna always come to you. Golden opportunities don't stop in once in a lifetime. They come each and every day. Ain't no pie gonna fall from the sky. You got to put work in to go get that paper. You got to put work in to become successful. You got to put work in to say enough is enough. And this is what people need to start doing. Get off your narrow ass, put that blunt down, put that PlayStation down, go get you a motherfucking job. People say we lazy. We ain't lazy. Y'all just, them people that fooled y'all so much in prison saying you can't get a job, you gonna come back to prison. I was one of them niggas that was believing that shit too. I used to believe that. That's why when I came home, I wanted to be in the game. But somebody told me when you get a job, ain't no need in chasing the bag. You done already secured the bag. You going to work every day mean you secured the bag. You chased it when you put the application in. Come on, man. A real woman ain't looking for a rich nigga. She looking for a rich nigga to love her mentally, not financially. Two people together can accomplish a whole lot. They can buy a home together. They got to work together as a team. Don't no woman, man. A fake broad choosing a nigga based on the contents of his wallet, and a fake dude is choosing a broad based on the contents of her purse. Choose your mate based on the contents of her character, her heart. Not her waist measurements or her titty size or the contents of her banking account. How a broke nigga want a woman with some money? How a broke woman want a nigga with some money? What you got to bring to the table? And two broke motherfuckers can't do nothing but fuck. Then you're going to get mad when she get the orgasm, when you get the nut. You're going to be mad because you ain't got no food to eat when you get through having sex. So two broke people can't do nothing but have sex, man. We got to start coming together as a unit, raising our kids the way they supposed to be raised. We ain't got to send our kids to these outside schools. All we had to do is demand the school district bring better teachers to our community. That's it, and that's all. And people don't get that, man. We doing our own self a disfavor, man. And we doing it based on these Klansmen wanting us to do it. I ain't the only motherfucker that was stuck in the Ku Klux Klan body. A black man that's stuck in the Ku Klux Klan body. It's a whole lot of black folks, Ku Klux Klans in the black body, and they don't see it, man. Wake up and smell the coffee. We are our own worst enemy. We hinder each other. Don't nobody else hinder us. Don't nobody else hinder us, man. Don't nobody else hinder us. We hindering ourselves. We got kids running around here, man, pants hanging off their ass, because that's how they daddy dress. They don't even know how to be reputable fathers. But I am so proud to say that I know a whole lot of young men. Every time I see a young brother with their child, I commend that young brother. I commend him. I look at him, I say, man, that's your baby? Like, yeah, OG. Man, I commend you, man, being in your child life. I commend every black man that's sending their child to college. Every black woman that's keeping their sons and daughters away from the gangs. So if all of us start thinking like that, gang violence gonna go down. Violence in our community gonna go down. But we all ain't thinking on the same wavelength, man. We too busy pointing the finger at each other. But always remember, when you point the finger at somebody else, man, it's 3 fingers pointing right back at you. Stop talking about it from the comforts of your backyard or the comforts of your living room or on the motherfucking phone gossiping. Yeah, girl, did you hey, nigga, did you hear that shooting last night? Man, they was over there busting. If you don't like the sounds of guns, shouldn't you want to do something? Shouldn't you want peace? I don't like hearing police helicopters every motherfucking night. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a good look. We got to start thinking about each other's well-being. Ain't nothing wrong with loving your brother from another mother, loving your sister from another mother. We're all black. We got to come on the same accord, man. We defeating ourselves and we helping the enemy, man. Stop being a sellout and be a real person, man. And the real person is, your community is what matters. Your community is what gave you a whole lot of strength and courage, whether you believe it or not. If it wasn't for your community, some of you wouldn't have been doctors. Some of you wouldn't have been lawyers. And so on and so on. If it wasn't for Compton, we wouldn't have heard of the Williams sisters. If it wasn't for Gary and Anna, you wouldn't have heard of the Jackson Fives. You understand what I'm saying? They use where they came from as a stepping stone and some strength to want to get away from it, but didn't forget where they came from, although they have. I always go to my neighborhood, not each and every day. When I go to stay grounded. I don't want to lose focus of what I wanted to accomplish in life. My hood is what keep me focused. My hood is what give me the strength to say, man, I want the kids in my community to live a better life than I live. I want it to be safer than what it was when I was a kid. That's the purpose of going back. You understand what I'm saying? Black men, let's start being the kings that we know we are and start treating our queens the way they're supposed to be treated. The black woman is the phenomenal woman, yet we treat her like she a piece of shit sometimes. We got to start treating that woman like she truly are, the queen. You hear these dudes say, I don't want you dudes that marrying white women, I don't want nobody breaking the bloodline. Oh, shit, man, where that's coming from? Come on, man, start loving yourself. I ain't gonna be in there long, man, I'm tired. Sorry about crying on the show. I got emotion, I wear my feelings on my sleeves. Hit that like and subscribe, man. Share the content with your friends. Support the channel, man. OG Bam speaking facts. They forget like OJ say, I ain't black, I'm OJ. You ain't lying about that, man. But ain't nobody told you they love you today, man. OG Bam love you, man. Enjoy y'all Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday, brother. Peace.